Hello everybody, hello, and thank you very much for watching my channel. This is Night Tom, not your typical old man, from Izmir, Turkey, of all places, located right here on the map. The circled area is the city I am from, called Izmir. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I am doing fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. It is May 3rd, 2023, Wednesday. So how is everybody doing in this hump day? It is hump day. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. I know you do ask every day. All right. I'm going to be very honest with you. Start. I just finished my second beer before I started to stream. So I have a little buzz. Not drunk. I'm not drunk. But since I don't drink a lot, when I drink, I feel like I'm drunk, but I'm not drunk. I have a buzz. I also did some changes on my microphone. I'm not sure how it's going to sound. I have no idea. I haven't tested. So I hope my sound is like professional podcast sound. That's what I'm working for. All right. Before I start my today's subject, I just cannot wait every day, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whenever I start streaming. I cannot wait to start streaming. It's my shot every day. You know, you go to hospital or you're in the hospital, they give you a shot to keep you alive. This is my shot every day. So I'm glad to be here right now, and I'm going to talk about AIs, artificial intelligence, and all that stuff. But before I start talking, I'm not an expert of anything. I don't claim to know everything about the daily subjects in this channel. I will only give my opinion and feelings about them. I don't have any desire to change minds nor beliefs. I might be changing my mind if anyone convinces me to so. I'm as open-minded as I can be, but I do have limits to force my will to change my views. What that means is I'm not expert of anything. The things I'm talking here, I'm just giving my own opinion. I may change my mind if somebody comes, start chatting with me or talking with me on Discord, but it's not going to be that easy. But it could happen. This is the 257th episode. I'm not sure if I actually put the episode number. Of my YouTube before and after 60 as an age project, which will continue until the episode 1461. That's 1461 on to 2026. We still have 3 years to go, when I am 62 years old. Today's subject is AI, and why are we afraid of them? If we are, I'm not sure. It's the thing on the news. It's kind of my league because I was a programmer in the past, and I want to tell you about my experiences about programming and AIs and intelligent programs, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna talk about it. If I slur my words, sorry about that. As I said, I drank 2 cans of beer, so I am a little bit buzzed. Hello, Eduardo. You look even better than last time. Oh my God. Now I have to start my translator. Hold on a sec. Uno momento, por favor. The translator over here, you can see I'm going to just put English. Hold on a second. Spanish. Thank you very much. I am a little drunk today. And that is why I look better. Let's put that over here. TR! What's up, my friend? I'm not afraid of anyone. Everyone afraid of me. Yes, that's true, by the way. I saw how you fight. I saw you how you fight. You know, I was actually, if you remember, once you were my enemy, team. You were in my enemy team. You killed like a 60 whatever. I was peeing in my pants. I said, how come these guys are not my team? That was a good moment. If you see a name, TR, just run as fast as you can be. Drink, yes, beer. Beer, my friend. I'm done. I'm not drinking no more. That's it. I'm done. I drank a couple cans of beer. I'm buzzed and I'm perfectly fine right now. I'm ready. All right. Now, one more thing I want to talk about. YouTube in Turkey pretty much is for Turkey only. If anyone looks for news and politics, which is my category, I'm streaming right now in news and politics category, not gaming category, not entertainment category, but news and politics. They won't be seeing my channel on their hit list if anyone searches from United States or anywhere else outside Turkey. So I am pretty much targeting Americans in Turkey. Hopefully one or two will look for, but I doubt it. I'm thinking that NATO members, Americans visiting Turkey, but I doubt it because they probably using VPNs. When you use VPN, well, you get hits from outside the country, not from Turkey. So, in any case, if anyone gets across and sees my channel and stops by to say hello, they are more than welcome. Some Turks also looking for channels to practice their English, which could be a better place because I also speak in Turkish too, so you never know. If you're a Turk, if you just randomly stop by here and say, what the hell's going on here? How come I got this guy on my search list? I was looking in Turkey and he's speaking English. You are more than welcome to speak in Turkish. I will respond in Turkish as well. All right. This is the third one. This is the very first just chatting format that I started a few days ago. The first day went well. The second day, yesterday, was not that good. It was kind of like a slow. But again, I'm not expecting any miracles from my channel. It doesn't matter if I play games. It doesn't matter if I chat, whatever I do. I'm not going to get a lot of visitors or subs. This is what I do to entertain myself, the most likely. So, third day, it's brand new. This channel altogether is not even 1 year old yet. It's a brand new channel, so I don't know what's going to happen. All right. Now, I did something new today, which I'm going to continue doing it. If you go to my YouTube channel, you're going to see a tab called Community. This community chat here, community tab. I'm going to post, here's what I said. I'm thinking to put my subject texts here for anyone to access and prepare for the stream later on. So I'm going to put my text. I prepare something for myself to read so I can actually start my stream that way, whatever the subjects I'm talking about. And if you go to my YouTube channel before I start the stream, like a day ago or whatever, you can have some idea. You can have some idea what I'm going to talk about. Read it if you want to. And if you have some opinions, wait for my stream and just join. Very simple. Simple as that. The subject is out there. What I'm going to talk about is out there. And if you're interested in, you can just stop by and talk about it and join. You can join by in a chat room, or you can tell me, hey, what's your Discord? I'll invite you and we can actually talk on Discord and everybody can hear you. The talking part is not going to start soon though. The talking part might start later on. Right now, just only me, myself, and I with Nighttime and Leo. That's 5 of us. 5 of us here. We're going to be talking about AIs. All right. AI, also known as artificial intelligence, is a popular subject these days. So let's talk about it, shall we? What's an AI anyways? Literally, I mean, everybody like talk about AIs and they're scared of AIs. What is it anyway? So simple. It's a program code and database collection which run and stores its information in computers. Without a computer and electricity, they are pretty much dead. They do need electricity and computers. Correct? Yes? Okay. So they are only codes we as people wrote. And what they do is they keep the information in their database and they respond as such if needed using those information from their database. Since all the computers and network is very fast, now AIs, artificial intelligence, computer responses are faster and smarter. Not only text version, but also graphical user interface version as well. If you say they are all over the place on the internet, same thing. If satellites go down with the solar flare, they stop sharing information as well, and they're dead. So they do need electricity, they do need computers, and they do need internet. If you say there are still ocean cables, cables that go through oceans, and radio signals, but they are not as as good enough like satellites, and that's the truth. Satellites, these satellite connections on the internet are the main ones right now. Although there are some cable connections from in the ocean, from continent to continent, but and also radio, air signals, tower signals, they are not as good and fast as satellites. Now, there are more hackers, and hackers scare around the world than AIs. Have you ever heard of hackers? Ladies and gentlemen, computer hackers. There are Chinese, United States, Russian hackers. They literally sit on in a building. Their job is to hack other countries' computers. So if they can get in, they can damage them. They should actually scare you more than AIs. But let me give you a painful fact that the new generation perhaps did not know yet. Actually, the sentences should be like this. Let me give you a painful fact that new generation don't know yet. If you're like 15 years old, you probably wouldn't know that. But it's a fact. How do I know? Because I lived long enough. But I'm not expert, again. Starting in the late 90s, 1990s, and enhanced during 2000s, hacker servers are pinging every and each computer on Earth which are connected to the internet directly or Wi-Fi. Did you know that? Even your phone, it doesn't matter how you connect. If you do have an IP number, it doesn't matter what and where. The hackers are trying to get into your device every second of the day. Did you know that? Pinging is like someone knocking at your door. It starts interacting with you only if you answer the door and open it. Firewall is the peephole where your computer checks who that is before responds to a knocking. All right. Now, if you don't know technical stuff, I'm going to explain that to you. First of all, when you turn on your computer, you're on the internet, you can be sure 100%. Every minute you're being pinged maybe hundreds, if not thousands of times by hacking computers. They're knocking at your door of your computer. But because of the firewall, and you are pretty much safe. It's like a knocking door, and the firewall is the peephole. You look at the door. Who is this? If you trust the guy, you answer. If you don't answer. Don't make a noise. That's what the firewall is. You are pinged at least 100 times a second, give or take a few. Most pings will be bounced from your firewall or your operating system, but they will not stop at all. Think as in umbrellas. Umbrellas is your firewall, and heavy rain as hacker pinging. I'm going to turn the music a little bit higher here. If you do not have firewall on your operating system, which are almost mandatory these days, I don't think you can fully stop a Windows firewall even if you try, but don't try. Your computer will be hacked in minutes. I know we started about AIs, but this is very, very, very related to AIs. How do I know? How do I know all that stuff? Well, not because I was only a programmer. I was also a network administrator on a company 20 years ago. But I have also tried in the early 2000s myself on my own computer. I was running my server at home, my DNS servers. Actually, it was only one DNS server. Mail server. I was running my own mail server. When you send this, email to me, it was going to from the name server to DNS server, which is my computer, and into my computer, my servers at my home. Everything ran in my computer via cable at that time, 20 years ago, or more than 20 years ago. One day, after I did a fresh operating system install, and before I reinstall everything else, I said, I will test something and see how much time it will take for someone to get into my computer. What I did is I cleaned up my server, fresh install, just to test. I said, what, let's see how much time. I stopped the firewall. I stopped everything. So whoever comes to my door, there's not even a door. They can just walk in. There were nothing else hooked on my computer like external hard drive, and it was not on Wi-Fi. So hackers, look for Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi devices. So it was standalone. Hold on one second. Why am I keep hitting my camera? It was a standalone server sitting on my room. It took about a few hours. It literally took about a few hours. Someone got into my server, Windows server, and left me a message. They changed the wallpaper. They changed the screen resolution. They deleted all my image files belonging to Windows and put a message on my screen. It did happen. It was a test. So they are out there. That person perhaps didn't find much and just goofed around, left me a message saying, "You are being hacked," and left. But I'm sure I was checked thousands of times before the hack and after. After that, I cleaned out my computer. Now, when I say I cleaned out my computer, I remember something always. I cleaned out my computer with dishwasher and detergent and scrubber, as Hillary Clinton would say. Man. Don't worry about it. It's just an insider joke. And put everything back with the firewall running and never had the same issue. All right. The worst thing about AIs, artificial intelligence these days, is they can fake a person like a real one and fool you. Deepfake. Have you ever heard deepfake? Deepfake. Google it. So the worst thing about AIs these days is they can fake you as a person. Not only the visual, but also sound, voice. It can respond back like a normal person and learn from you and your responses to enhance its answers and questions and comments like a real person. Wow, dude, this is so awesome. How could they do that? Technology is awesome, right? Let me give you a secret though. Since I lived long enough and I was in this stuff for a long time, this is not something new. In the late 90s and early 2000s, I found a program on the internet and downloaded. It was a small program to keep me company and ran locally. You start a conversation with that program. It kept all the answers by text. There's no voice, just the text, like you're chatting. It kept all the answers in its memory to answer back later on to give you feeling that you are talking to a person. But it was very primitive, very low level. It was not that much fun. We're talking about almost 20 years ago or more, a program that someone wrote that acts like a person. You think it's a person. You have a conversation. Hello, how are you? Good, how about you? What's your name? This. What do you like to do? I like to program. Good. Oh, I like to program too. That's kind of conversation 20 years ago with your computer in chat room, with your program, not with someone else. New generations also don't know about any of those things. The AI is for them is new. AI is for them is brand new, but it's not. It's just enhanced. So AI scare is not something new, but enhanced. What could happen is, just like the firewalls and human experiences, we will be more careful and double, triple check the authenticity of people we are communicating over the internet. Now, it's not only chat anymore, guys. It is not only chatting on the chat room anymore. If you see someone actually on Discord, for example, and webcam, in the future, you're going to doubt if that's a real person or not, because that good, the AIs these days. But the idea is the same. Idea is making machine language, idea is making machine look and act like a real person. So at the end, because we're going to learn how to do things, we will just adjust. We will just adjust, just like we adjust to everything. Adjust, learn, and be much more careful. Some might say, because it's a very, very scary thing right now, some might say, what if they launch nuclear missiles? Can they do that? Can AIs launch nuclear missiles? Well, yes. But it could be done without AIs. Now, listen to me very carefully, because those things, you know, you can Google it, you can search for it, you can double check what I'm saying. There are a few scares in the past. Some of the reasons still unknown, by the way. Nuclear weapon systems were triggered for a while but never launched. Did you know that? This was before AI era. The nuclear weapons, nuclear. I hate the word nuclear, by the way. I think George Bush W started this one, nuclear, because he couldn't say nuclear. He says nuclear. Its nuclear weapon systems were triggered for a while but never launched. And it did happen, apparently, before AIs. So if you get scared of AIs going to do something bad, don't worry about it, because those things happening for 20 years already. And before that, before AIs, there were real people were doing all that stuff. Is there anything good about AIs? That's a very good question, don't you think so? Is there anything good about artificial intelligence that we're scared, we're afraid of too much? I will tell you all of that, if there's anything good about AIs, as soon as I come back from bathroom. I'll be right back. As I said before I start the stream, I had 2 cans of beer before I start the stream today. And you know how the beer goes. They goes pretty fast inside a body. So I had to go to the bathroom. I may go again later on, but so. Anyways, the last question was, is there anything good about AIs? Are they all bad? There's nothing good about it? Yes. There is more good in AIs than the dark side of it. Trust me on that one. I'm going to start with lonely, antisocial people will now have artificial friends and have real conversations without worrying about getting embarrassed by real human. How many of you out there literally, I mean, not everybody, of course, but some of you, not even go in a conversation because you think you're going to get embarrassed about something that you're going to talk about or whatever. You're antisocial, not everybody, but some of us. Now you can actually find something, AI, and have a conversation with that. Because it's so enhanced. It's so look like real. You wouldn't know the difference. You're talking to a real person or AI. I mean, you talk to your phone, Siri or whatever. Hold on a second. Hey Google, what's an AI?
According to Wikipedia, artificial intelligence is intelligent, receiving, synthesizing, and inferring information demonstrated by machines as opposed to intelligence displayed by non-human animals or by humans. Example tasks in which this is done include feature.
I just asked a question to my phone, and the phone is answering with a female voice back to me. I use this a lot, by the way. I use Hey Google a lot to learn some words and whatever. Now think the same thing enhanced, and you have a conversation. After I ask a question, Hey Google, whatever. No, I don't need it right now. I don't need you right now. She goes, sorry. Then I can start a conversation. Thank you very much for answering my question. How are you today? And all that stuff. And then we start a conversation. And all of a sudden, I feel much, much better. So lonely, antisocial people will now have artificial friends and have real conversations without worrying about getting embarrassed by a real human. Even some could start romantic relationships not only with an AI, but an AI put in robots like real people. I think it's already happening. I think they're working on that. I think the technology is working on getting some robots looking like a real person for some people. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Hey, after 2 divorces from my 2 wives, I prefer an AI, a robot, as the third person. Now, you can skip some of the stuff I would do to a woman, but as a conversation, as a friend, as a company, I would rather have an AI at this point. Also, AIs can do difficult tasks in difficult environments, such as space. Elon Musk is planning for that, I think, and working on it at this point. That keeps us in safer places and doing safer work in space until we find a way to do everything as safe as inside but outside the vacuum environment. So right now, there are spacewalks, to repair some stuff, but you have to put that bulky, very heavy spacesuit to go out and do all that work. Well, if there's an AI, humanoid, like human shaped with fingers and everything, AI can do the same work much easier, much faster. The human stays inside the space station and do all that easier work while the robots outside work in the heavy work because they are affected by the radiation or vacuum space, whatever. Until we invent something thin enough, like a dress, like a shirt or whatever we can put on and go out. Until then, they can do all those difficult tasks for us. AIs could keep the whole humankind safe by calculating and guessing collision courses of asteroids and even launch necessary projectiles to interfere and nudge them. That's AI. You don't have to be like humanoid. Just as smart computers, AIs, right? Actually, smart computers, AI. It's smart enough, AI. They could keep humankind safe by calculating and guessing collision courses of asteroids and even launch necessary projectiles to interfere and nudge them. Because AI's reaction will be much faster, so it could be much safer. Like it's happening right now in our cars, self-driving cars. Even though there are some few accidents with the self-driving cars, some of them actually proven to be a human error. They have better reaction time. Now think about, you have a self-driving car and an AI voice like you made friend with. You can keep talking to your car and go to your home and still keep talking with the same AI. You having a friend all over the place. He's not only company at your home, but he also drives your car while you're sitting on the driver's seat. And keeps you awake for a long trip. You go somewhere far and you almost fall asleep. Hey buddy, how about a song? Let's go. And keeps you awake. Even though if you're not driving, you still have to be awake. Now, at this moment, right now, I'm done with my future. What's going to happen is, in the future, not now, I'm going to have some guests. They're going to join, and we're going to talk about the subject we're talking about at the stream, at the day. Right now, I have nobody, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start my browser and look around on YouTube. See if I can find something related to AIs and show you those videos. Listen together, watch together, and have some fun. Not fun, but get some information. The fun part when I was playing the games, but the games no more, so. All right. How about the question? I'm not going to ask the question. Artificial intelligence. Let's go sort by this year. The first thing came to my screen. It is Godfather of Artificial Intelligence quits Google job to warn about dangers of AI tech. 3 minutes. You want to watch? I want to watch. Let's take a look, shall we? I wonder what is he going to say, because we talk about the bad things, we also have the good things too about AIs, right?
A Google employee who was called the godfather of artificial intelligence has quit his job so he can warn us about the dangers of AI. Now, despite me salivating about the robot apocalypse, it is not as doom and gloom as you might think. Geoffrey Hinton confirmed today he's out, but was critical of a New York Times article about his departure. He says he is leaving Google because he wants to talk about the dangers of AI without considering how it impacts Google. So I think maybe someone at Google doesn't want him to be talking about the impacts of AI. He actually says Google's been really very responsible. He was critical of himself, though, telling the Times he was a little regretful of his life's work. The concerns he has about it are the loss of jobs, potentially, worried that it is not long before it gets smarter than people. I know from using it, it's already smarter than some people, myself included.
Well, that's the thing. It keeps learning, right? I mean, as it grows, it keeps on learning more. And as more information comes out, it gathers that and becomes even smarter. And you can't stop it.
He said he used to think between 30 and 40 years it'll be smarter than people, but now he thinks that's not the case. Furthermore, though, he says he's worried there aren't enough safeguards to keep bad actors from using it. I also love when we say bad actors because I always think of like Pauly Shore.
Oh, come on.
I love Pauly Shore. Let me be very clear.
Are you telling me to not love Encino Man?
I love
All right. I don't know what was all about, but I don't have my view here. Let me fix that very quick. First thing I'm going to do is let's get rid of that. And let me see if I can get my... Oh, look at that. Look at me. God dang. Hold on, I'm getting there. I was going to fix this today, but I forgot about it. Then we're going to go through the what those guys talk about. Good enough. All right. So exactly what I said on my monologue. Those things started in 1990s, if not earlier, but I had a little program you can download locally. What happens is you start a conversation. Now, this is late 1990s and early 2000s. That's a small application someone wrote. So you start a conversation. It's locally, not internet, no nothing. While you're having a conversation with that program, with that application, it keeps everything you say. It's not you say, by the way. It wasn't that you talking to him. You typing. It's a chatting. It's a chat room. So you type, you chat, and everything you type, it kept into its database. So it answered back to you using your answers previously. That is a very primitive, like a human beings came from apes. This is the ape version of that AIs today. Now, what it does today, it still does the same thing, AIs. But it keeps not only more information, but it uses internet to enhance the answers you give. Like, if you say how I like this food, and you give the food name of the food, the AI all checks the internet, gets the recipe, and asks me how much you put of this to that food. AI knows how it's made. That food I like. It's not a person, but it actually searches because I gave the answer. Merhaba Güneş. Nasılsınız? İki bira içtim, biraz bazım. Sarhoş değilim, biraz bazım. I had 2 cans of beer, so I'm okay. I'm just buzzed, not the drunk. So that's not something new, but it's enhanced. So AIs, and you say it depends who's using AIs. It's the same thing. It's hackers. It's the same thing. If you have an AI, only thing you can do with the AI is you can fool others using user interface and make someone look like a real person, sound like a real person, and then fool them. But then again, because of the internet, because of the experiences we have as a human, we're going to adjust and we're going to find out who's real and who's not. Thank you, Ganesh, my niece. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hey Ganesh. Mikrofonda değişiklik yaptım bugün. Biraz ayarlama. Sesim nasıl? Çok mu kötü? Yoksa çok böyle radyo gibi mi geliyor? Is it like a radio podcast voice, the sound? I just did some adjustment on my microphone settings on OBS. I wanna sound very professional. even when I'm drunk. Anyways, let's see what else we can listen to. We have the godfather of AI quits Google and warns of its danger. Why Apple co-founder isn't concerned. That's Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Steve Wozniak is actually the guy behind everything else. Now, without Steve Wozniak, Steve Jobs wouldn't be there, Apple wouldn't be there. Because who created Apple? Can you tell me who created Apple? Anyone? Hello? Okay. It's not Steve Jobs. It's not Steve Jobs. Oh, what are you talking about? All right. It's Steve Wozniak, his partner. He is the brain. He is a technical guy, actually created the computer. Steve Jobs did the marketing and sold it. Sana aynı gibi geldi. Okay. It's good. She thinks it's the same sound. That's fine. So why don't we listen to this one? Why don't we take a look and check this one out?
For the first time ever, I'd like to let Macintosh speak for itself.
Hello, I'm Macintosh. It sure is great to get out of that bag.
Well, computer intelligence has come a long way, although that joke could probably have been written today by ChatGPT. And of course, with Steve Jobs introducing Apple's pioneering Macintosh computer almost 40 years ago. Jobs' friend and Apple co-founder, Steve Wozniak, is now among a chorus of tech leaders calling for a pause on artificial intelligence, citing, quote, profound risks to humanity. Just overnight, Samsung became the latest in a growing list of companies to ban the use of AI on their company devices. Wozniak, Elon Musk, other tech leaders recently wrote in an open letter that AI developers are, quote, locked in an out of control, race to develop and deploy ever more powerful digital minds that no one, not even their creators, can understand, predict, or reliably control. People listen when Wozniak talks about tech, about all of this. He designed the revolutionary Apple I and II computers that helped put Apple on the map. The Apple I they built in Jobs' parents' garage back in 1976. So we're really happy to have him with us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. It's plenty early out here in California.
It's plenty early. We appreciate you getting up early. Look, you're worried. Elon Musk is worried. We just saw the man from Google, known as sort of the grandfather of AI, quit because of how worried he is. What do people need to know?
Well, you got a little bit wrong about me. I'm not like worried. I believe in fear and leaving a life of fear. I just believe that when some powerful technology is introduced, we should look that almost all technology brings some good things to us and some bad things, and we should be responsible, and we should study these things and kind of prepare people for what's coming and take steps maybe to keep it from being too horrible and bad. For example, look at how many bad people out there are just hitting us with spam and trying to get our passwords and take over our accounts and mess up our lives. And now AI is another more powerful tool. And it's going to be used by those people, for basically really evil purposes. And I hate to see technology being used that way. It shouldn't be. And probably some types of regulation are needed. Regulation is telling parties that are producing things, you will obey, you will not do certain bad things. It's like our Bill of Rights. The Congress will not pass certain types of laws. And, you call that regulation. It's not like stopping you from doing your business. It's just saying, no, you've got to have some ethical concerns.
I'm also curious to how your thinking on AI has evolved since recent years. In 2018, you did this interview that I was watching yesterday. You said this about AI.
No machine sits down and says, what should I work on? Humans tell it what to work on. No machines can just do it well for us. So we're building technology that will make life easier for us. And where's the lack of jobs? At least where I come from, the United States, people have jobs.
And now we see what you're saying, and also talking about regulation. Can there be global regulation, though, for something like this technology?
No, there never can be. It's one of the reasons that technology has so many bad sides. I often say those that brought us this digital world, when I look back at some of the easier life days and less worries about all this stuff and things worked more, I say, those that brought us this digital revolution should be executed, or worse yet, make them live in it. And that's so how can you not regulate bad people very well? Could AI be employed to spot all these little tricky little worded spams that are, trying to get your passwords and all that? Could they spot that? It's never being used that way. It's being used by people who want to make a name for themselves or make money for themselves. And that never quite goes as
well. Here's I think, all of the stuff he's telling I already talked about. Hackers already out there. What they're going to do is they're going to use AI, because AI is smart in not only like a voice, but also a visual. They can fool you. That is why they're very dangerous at this point. But also, he just told us, he said, those things invented, like AIs, they are not invented to actually hack people or fool people. They are invented because they want to make money. They're going to make money. They're going to have fame or whatever. Just like, I don't know, who was that? Albert Einstein or whatever, whoever discovered something, invented something, or equations, or whatever the hell it is. And all of a sudden, there was an atom bomb. But nobody was trying to, create the atom bomb to kill people. They were trying something else. They were trying to get invent something that can be, make money or be famous or make name. Nobody even thought about killing people, right? That's what he's saying right now. Whatever you do in your life, if you invent something, for example, AIs or atom bombs or whatever, splitting atoms, there's going to be some people going to use it against you, not for you, against you. Internet, phone lines, or combined, both. You receive phone calls from people you don't know. You receive text messages, emails you don't know, and some of us answer those, and some of us, without knowing, just linked to bad places, and their information got hacked. Those are the things, nobody's gonna stop it, obviously, but those are the things enhanced now with AI. It's not the end of the world, honestly. As I said, we're gonna adjust. That's what he's saying here. Those guys are not bad guys writing all those programs. They just want to earn money out of doing so. And other people using those inventions and use it for their purpose to fool people. And you cannot regulate those. It's like a Second Amendment in the United States. Something happens, some bad guy kills a lot of people. You're going to regulate more people. Regulate what? That bad guy already got the gun illegally anyway, maybe from outside the country. You're gonna just what you call stop the violence, gun violence. Just put in more rules and regulations on like law-abiding people, public. No, you cannot. You cannot, as it's out there. You cannot regulate or put rules. Hey, don't do that. Yeah, sure. Of course, I won't do that. I'm already outlaw. You cannot law me. That's why it's called outlaw. How can you law something is outlaw? That's kind of dumb, but that's what's going on. And that's what he's saying right now. What else we have? Artificial intelligence is spilling out of Silicon Valley into the world. 838 views 7 hours ago. Sky News Australia. Why don't we watch that one? Sounds very interesting. Should be Australian. Yeah, it is Australian accent. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hold on. All right.
Joining me now, Kosha Garda, Sky News contributor, former Labor MP Michael Danby. We'll go to AI. The Godfather says, look, we've got to pause things. We've got to work out where we go to from here and get it right. Question is, can we? Kosha, what do you think?
This is definitely at an inflection point, and we know that because it's spilling out of Silicon Valley research rooms now into the general conversation, national, international conversation. Everybody from Jeffrey Hinton, as you mentioned, to Elon Musk, to Steve Wozniak, to Henry Kissinger, to Noam Chomsky, all sorts of people are sounding the alarm on it. Mm-hmm. There's usually two categories of...
I still cannot believe Henry Kissinger is still alive, by the way.
Risks that they're worried about. One is in the present. What does this mean for jobs and how many jobs are going to be displaced and the social upheaval and economic upheaval that comes from that? The other is information flow and how it's going to control thought and opinion. So it's sort of already what's happening with big tech. Put that
and dumb down human beings.
And dumb down human beings. And then the other category is futuristic, which is where this Frankensteinian nightmare of our own best creation overpowers us and we as humans, lose control of our own destiny.
Become slaves.
That's also part of it, that it just becomes smarter than us. The problem is, I just don't think on the first category, even though we can define it, that the regulatory framework is set up to do anything about it because the incentives are all stacked the other way. The companies driving this are super powerful. We're not even able to get basic antitrust legislation on the floor, so there's no way it's going to keep up with this. And then on the futuristic stuff, I just think that the legislative framework can't even comprehend what it is, and it'll almost be past.
Now, here's the thing, by the way. Unfortunately, it's a fact. By the way, thank you very much for stopping by. Johan, YouTube Games from YouTube. Thank you very much for stopping by. Unfortunate situation for humankind that we show interest about hearing bad news at all times. We have pleasure, almost orgasmic pleasure watching others suffering and others getting pain, like a in the movies or in the real life. What do you call those things? Whatever, on TV, you watch them. So that's why the bad news always make the news, unfortunately. You always think about AI is going to kill us one day. But the AI is here since 30, 40 years ago, and it's not going to kill us. AI, it's like the guns are kill us. The guns are going to kill us. No, they are not going to kill us. Who's pulling the trigger? So AI is going to kill us. No, they are not going to kill us. Whoever behind the AI gives the order are the bad things, not AIs. It's us. You cannot blame the stupid AI. It's a program. Pull the plug and it's done. We're scared because we actually have fear that AI is going to hurt us, going to get our bank account information so they can dry our bank accounts. But it's not AI. It's just a tool. It's the person behind AI, whoever directs that way, AIs. But fear, unfortunately, makes the news. Everything here is about fear, and you listen to it. Oh my God, the world's going to end. It's not only, well, yesterday we talked about the population and all that stuff, human beings, which is we're not exactly 100% human yet. That's one of those side effects that we are not totally human yet. We're just, still something else. I want Terminator to take over. Oh, wow. AI will one day release humanity see as a threat. Well, I said something on my... Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Today's Twitter feed. AI problem? Question mark. Am I missing something? Question mark. There is no plug for those which we can pull when needed. Here's the thing. AIs are machines. Machines work with electricity. The codes, actually. Codes work in the computer, run in the computer, and you just pull the plug and it's over. Now you're going to say you cannot pull the plug all over the place? Yes, you can. Try on your computer one day. It'll work. A car, electric vehicle, EV, goes 300 miles tops. 300 miles with tops with the battery, right? You charge or whatever. So you got the robots running all over the place. No, they have batteries. They have charging stations. All right. Just kill the electricity. Just power outage. They cannot recharge anymore. They can live, I don't know, a couple days, and then they start going down. There's no way on earth at this point, with our knowledge, we're not going to be in like a matrix, because we are not yet copper tops. Yet. I don't think it's going to go to that level at all. Before we get to that level, we're going to hit by another rock and restart this whole thing. Trust me on that one. It's going to reset before we start the matrix kind of stuff. Even if the matrix starts in our lifetime, there is still going to be a rock hitting us and we're going to be resetting anyway. It won't happen now. We're talking in 100. Make it 1,000. We still don't know who actually built the freaking pyramids. What are you talking about? It was more than 10,000 years ago. Johan, you should know better. It ain't gonna happen. We don't have that kind of technology. We don't have that kind of power. We don't have that kind of will. If you are afraid of an AI gonna kill you, just check the news from Chicago. My friends, you don't need any AIs to kill each other, rob each other. Nah. AIs are the last thing I ever scared of. As a matter of fact, I would make friends of them. I would make friends with AIs. I would have a girlfriends, not girlfriend, but girlfriends, AI girlfriends. I don't have to even see them. Just talk to them. That's fine. They will be more conversational and better conversations than real girls. Now, talking about jobs, my friend, it is so good you actually mentioned that. Have you ever heard something called assembly line? Johan, have you ever heard something called assembly line? 1940s, 50s, whatever the Ford, whatever the car company started, there were assembly lines. You know who were actually running on the assembly lines, nailing stuff, screwing stuff, and all that stuff? You know who they were? They were not AIs. No. They were real people, correct? All right. Now these days we have like factories doing the circuit boards and all that stuff. Old days, we have a circuit board this big, done by hand, most likely. They are all replaced by robots, correct? But when that happened, in 10 years, no. The assembly lines replaced human workers by machines about 30 years ago. Did you know that, my friend Johan and others out there? Of course you do. Of course you do. That's the thing about I'm talking about. That's the scare thing. That's the news thing. Otherwise, it's the same thing. It's all the same thing. Well, the enhanced version, that's fine. And by doing these kind of stuff, like I talked about yesterday, population, we're gonna adjust our population. We're not gonna make that many babies because we don't need that many assembly line workers anymore, correct? And we don't have that many income anymore. But it's not something new. Jobs are already gone. Have you ever heard, Google it by the way, if you don't believe me, Google it. First McDonald's with no real workers, people workers, person workers, human workers. Google it. First McDonald's, all automated. Making sandwich, preparing sandwich, taking the money, giving the change. Future is scary. Actually, the future is very bright. I like future. The past was scary. The past was scary as hell. Have you ever heard about the Dark Ages, my friend? Have you ever researched about the technique they use for tortures in their dungeons? Have you ever heard about the World War I, World War II? No. Future is a lot better. It doesn't matter AIs or not. The past was a very, very shitty one. I can guarantee you right now. We may have less people. It doesn't mean it's going to go bad. It means it's going to go a whole lot better with the less people. Not only for us, but for Earth too. I am less concerned about AIs itself than other things, because even though AIs, human made them, they're right. We are writing the programs, right? And hoping for the best, hopefully. But then again, whatever happens, we're gonna hit by a rock one day, sooner or later, if we cannot find a way. Güneş sen burada mıydın daha? İyi akşamlar. Ben senin çoktan gittiğini biliyorum. Hi Johan. Goodbye. See you later. Thank you very much for stopping by. Dinliyordum. Anlıyor musun bari? Do you understand what I'm saying? All of the stuff I'm saying? Do you actually understand everything? Man, you're good. Herhalde ya bu. Awesome. Çok iyi. Well, I think I'm going to end this stream as well. Yesterday was a short one. Day before it was kind of longer one because more people joined and talked, with me, joined the conversation. But right now I have nobody. People are leaving too. I am pretty much done with this stream. What am I going to do is I'm going to go and eat my dinner and watch some old movies. I like old movies these days. I don't know why. And thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. These streams lately, 3 days, this is the third one in kind, that I like it a lot. Tomorrow's subject, I have no idea what it is. So if you subscribe, you will probably find out. Again, thank you very much. I cannot wait until tomorrow. I'm hoping that every day, starting one day, every day is going to be a little longer and a little longer. I'm shooting and hoping for about 3 hours streams per subject. We may revisit the old subjects in the future, which is a good idea to do, and talk about those, past subjects and past streams. But until then, it's going to take some time to gain some viewers and guests. I am not worried about it. I have time. And I'll see you all later. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Enjoy your Wednesday. See you on Thursday. Bye-bye.